In under 4 minutes, who are the Kurds? They're indigenous people from the Middle East, formerly Mesopotamia, with a history over 6,000 years old. Today, there are over 50 million Kurds, mostly spread out across Turkey, we call it Northern Kurdistan, Iran, Eastern Kurdistan, Iraq, Southern Kurdistan, and Syria, Western Kurdistan. All these countries have oppressed the Kurds and are still oppressing the Kurds. All these countries have tried to assimilate the Kurds and are still trying to assimilate the Kurds, telling them they are Turkish, Iranian, Arabic, and so on. And that's why there are over 3 million Kurds abroad, mostly in Europe, to live their culture freely and speak their language. They are the largest stateless people in the world because after World War I, when the French, the British, and so on were drawing the map of the world, creating new countries from scratch in the Middle East, in Africa, in Asia, without taking in consideration the communities living on the ground, that leads to a lot of conflicts still nowadays. Well, they were supposed to create a Kurdistan in the Treaty of Sèvres in 1920, but this one wasn't signed under the pressure of Atatürk, the one that founded Turkey. So they signed it in 1923, the Treaty of Lausanne, that removed completely the mention of an independent Kurdistan at the time. However, saying the Kurds don't have a country is actually partially false. Since 1991, there is the Kurdistan Autonomous Region in northern Iraq that has its own parliament, president, army, checkpoints, and so on. And more recently, since 2012, there is the Autonomous Administration of Northern Syria that is called Rojava, that is Western Kurdistan, and they were recently known because they were the only one fighting ISIS and gave more than 15,000 martyrs for it. Also, there was some Kurdistan in the history. In 1946, there was the Republic of Kurdistan in Mahabad, so Eastern Kurdistan, that is currently occupied by Iran. In 1927, there was the Republic of Ararat that was in Northern Kurdistan, so currently occupied by Turkey. Finally, in 1923, there was the Kurdish Autonomous Republic in Karabakh that is between Armenia and Azerbaijan. Kurdish language has many dialects, but mostly two of them. Kurmanji, that is with a Latin alphabet, and Sorani with a modified Arabic alphabet. In terms of religion, the Kurds demonstrate coexistence. They were all originally Yazidi, that is an ancestral religion that dates more than 6,000 years. With the Islamization of the Middle East, they mostly became Muslim Sunnite, then there is also Muslim Shia, there is Alevi, Christian, Jewish, Zoroastrians, and so on. The Kurds, they have a very strong cultural identity. For example, their New Year happens on 21 March of each year with the arrival of the spring, and that's why on the sun of the Kurdish flag there is 21 sun rays referring to it. During the celebration, they jump above fire, they hold fire torch in the mountains, and they dance for hours and hours. Speaking of dance, you might already know it. We hold our hands, we spin in circle like this, and we move the shoulders and we move the legs accordingly to the melody and the tempo. On what kind of music? Well, the music is, you might have already heard it. Omar Suleiman used a lot of Kurdish melodies and also some lyrics, and it's based with a big drum, with a Kurdish flute, with a guitar, and so on. Until we get hungry, and then we go for the Kurdish food that has a wide variety of dishes, so it's hard for me to categorize it for you, but it's becoming more and more trendy, and there are more and more restaurants opening in Paris. It's kind of becoming hipster, so I invite you to make your own opinion out of it. Go and check out the Kurdish restaurant that you have about the corner. I'm not speaking about the kebab specifically, I'm speaking about the proper Kurdish restaurant. If like me, you always have to explain to your friends who are the Kurds, well, share this video, send it to them, it will make our life easier.